Joining us on set, Carolyn Everson. Good to have you here again.
Thank you. It's great to be back with everyone.
We began our interview on Tuesday, actually, by sort of talking about the news, which was, he did it on stage, sort of apparently decided at that moment of the annual meeting, we're going to start doing advertising at Tesla. I'm just curious what you or how you would advise Musk to start advertising at Tesla. What would be sort of an appropriate way to do that?
Well, I think Elon approaches everything from a very engineering point of view. He tries to solve large-scale problems that he believes are going to impact and improve humanity. And so if you take that point of view, how he thinks about the world, the advertising in Tesla should be additive to the experience of being in that vehicle. And you're starting to see that now with a lot of niche platforms. Uber's ad business is projected to be $1 billion. That sort of came out of almost virtually nowhere. You're seeing retail media networks increasing their ad businesses substantially because what they're finding is consumers want to have a valuable ad experience in that moment. I'll give you an example. Like this morning, it would have been great for me to see an ad on any of my platforms for a discount to a coffee because I get that every morning. That ad in that moment would have been more valuable to me than just a generic video ad of a product that I might not be interested in. And so in the Tesla environment, I suspect Elon will lead the way on using generative AI from a marketing standpoint. He'll understand, he knows his consumers. He's got real-time data from an inventory perspective. He knows where they are, and I think the ad experience could be quite actually spectacular.
Yeah, he talked a bit about wanting it to be beautiful and wanting it to be content that was comparable to the content you'd find other places, not necessarily what we'd think of as a typical ad.
That's exactly right. And I think the promise of generative AI in marketing is that ordinary ads, mediocrity is going to no longer be acceptable. One of my former colleagues at Meta, Mark Darcy, who's the chief creative officer at Brand Tech, has a saying about it. He said, we're going to basically take the everyday things and make them impossibly efficient with AI, but we're also going to be able to make the impossible possible every day, which is like a really great summary of the promise of what AI can do in marketing.
What's an example of that last part?
Yes. So I will give you an example from Coca-Cola, actually. So I have the privilege of sitting on that board. Coca-Cola is in the midst of a massive marketing transformation. Well over 50% of their spend now is on digital. They were the first marketer to partner with OpenAI, and they just completed an amazing campaign. It was only 11 days in March, and essentially they had 120,000 creators submit images that could be used simultaneously in London Piccadilly Circus as well as in Times Square. And basically it was called Create Real Magic, and you take the assets of the Coke brand that people love and have such an affinity for, but you let them build out generative AI images with ChatGPT and DALL-E 2, and it was extraordinary, and it could be done so efficiently, so quickly, and it really brings the community into feeling like they're part of the marketing of a brand that they love.